inside your beautiful parent pack, you have all of these lovely things. We have the Milo's Making Words placemat. We have the Milo's Birthday Surprise Activity Book, the Milo's Making Words flip book, the alphabet freeze, and we also have the alphabet games, the card games, the crucial Milo's Birthday Surprise Storybook, and the Milo's Birthday Surprise placemat. We also have music, which I will come back to very shortly. And in addition to this, you have the Milo's Read and Match word game in there. And at the moment, there's a special bonus going in there. There's 2 packs of bingo games going in there for stages 1 to 4. And so we'll have a little look at those in a bit as well. So these resources all work together to provide engaging and focused activities to teach your child to read, write, and spell with confidence. So how do you go about using them at home? Well, at Little Learners, we have a specific routine, and it's an explicit teaching routine in that children are always taught and shown how to do something before they're asked to do it themselves. It uses the principles of a revise, teach, practice, apply. So this is our routine that we follow around in school, and you can replicate this at home with your parent pack by fitting your resources into these stages, which they do quite nicely. So with revise, you can use the Milo's alphabet games, feed sounds and chitter chatter chant, and I'll show you how to do this shortly, to ensure automatic recall of all the sounds and the letters that they're learning. And we're going to teach those new sounds. So we learn 26 new sounds using the Milo Birthday Surprise Storybook, the music and the cards. And then we practice. So we're using the activity book resources and the games to help children to practice what they've learned and to reach mastery. So we do handwriting, phonemic awareness, reading and spelling practice using the knowledge that we've learnt with our new sound in the Milo's Birthday Surprise Storybook. And then we're going to apply this knowledge, and we can apply it through reading decodable storybooks and also through independent writing tasks, which you have available to you in the activity book as well. So the first step to teaching a new sound is with using the Milo's Birthday Surprise Storybook. So Milo the monkey would like his friends to help him celebrate his birthday. So Milo rings a friend on each spread of the book, but all the friends are too busy to play, poor Milo. But Milo's friends are actually busy preparing a present and some food to take to a surprise birthday party for Milo. So it's a really lovely story. It's a great storybook to share with your child. But this storybook is so much more than a story. It's a really robust teaching tool as well. So what a better way to learn when you are 3, 4, 5 years old. So let's have a little look inside. Tackle a double page spread with your child one at a time. So each one provides text and illustrations supporting the new sound that you're going to be introducing and practicing. So this is the first spread where we meet Milo the monkey, who you'll see is our key character. He's on the front of all of the things in your pack. It's a Monday morning in March, and it's Milo the monkey's birthday. Milo is munching on a muffin while he makes up a list of friends who might come and play. So read the text to your child and really emphasize those sounds as you read. And you can go back and say all of the words in the story together as well. And they've all got nice bold there for you. And say the sound together. You can find all the things in the pictures as well. So there's lots of context in there, lots of fun things to pull out here. We've got a mug, a mobile phone, a mouse, some milk, a moon, and we've got March in the calendar. Oh, and there's a muffin too, so there's lots to find. And talk about that sound together. Introduce the new letter or grapheme that represents this sound in writing. You could have a look at the uppercase and the lowercase, and just keep it simple at this stage in that the uppercase we use for people's names at the beginning of sentences, but for all of the words we use the lowercase. So you can point to the letter and ask, what sound does this make? And do it lots of times. Let's keep practicing, keep practicing. What sound does this make? And then as we go through, we build suspense through the story as Milo rings more and more friends, and we can start to guess who he's going to call next and search for clues about the surprises that are in store for Milo Monkey later in the story. Take some time after you've read it, explore the pictures a little more, and you could ask questions like, whose birthday is it? What happens on your birthday? What is Milo making? How do you think Milo is feeling? And you can find your freeze or your placemat to find Milo and start to ask, who do you think he's going to call next, and start to make some predictions. You can have fun with the sounds too at this stage. So as well as talking about the story and relating it to children's experiences, we can have fun with the sounds. So phonemic fun builds awareness that children need to be able to start to read written words. It really doesn't have to be formal. So for example, when you're having a meal with your child, you could ask them, what would Milo Monkey love to munch on? And you could come up with all foods like muffins and meat, marshmallows, melons, mushrooms, mango. Or you could ask them, would Milo like a coffee or a milkshake? Would Milo like muffins or chips? So you get the idea. Just having fun with that sound in the context of the story is really, really valuable practice for your child to be able to hear that sound and identify it and to be able to say it. You can have your child use their alphabet placemat that comes in the pack to prompt these discussions if you like to. And when the next character comes along in the book, which is Sally the snake, you could talk about other things like, does Sally like to sing or hop? Does Sally like sleeping or playing? Does Sally eat rice or spaghetti?